All right, here we go. Please allow me one moment. So, the other day, I spent most of the time kind of defining the what this is gonna do, doing some research and finding some libraries and references for implementation. Did some high-level sketching of maybe the object, the types involved. Also started setting up the testing framework, since we're using exec, kind of doing what the built-in exec package does for testing. So we have a little test of that here. And I think we're good to actually start writing some code, so I'm going to do that. I don't know what this is. I imagine that was make a new file. I'm new to this editor. Okay. So I was thinking of starting with this process struct, which is kind of the sidecar daemon process that would be running, and the supervisor manages it. But there's enough stuff that we're kind of keeping track of per process that I decided to go back to creating a struct for it. Probably just throw it in here. This is an exec command. Not sure I have this. I don't know when that's supposed to show up, but at least that worked. And we might need this line writer first. So let me grab that. This is based off of this forgoes outlet factory. That's where they keep it, outlet. Doing this sort of stuff. I think it has a right line and well, that's the only thing that we I think care about from the process. Maybe we'll see. So it's actually very similar to this, so I'm just going to start with this implementation. No color though. And I guess it makes sense there'd be a lock. Yeah, we're locking on the writer, so mutex. What is our padding? Maybe we'll hard code that bit for a bit. Print F. I don't think we want to do that. We want to print F print F. Let's see. I'm gonna comment this because we'll have color eventually. For now, it's not that important. And this is also just F print line. What am I not seeing here? Huh. Oh, obviously. So we'll leave that at that. I don't know what this problem is. It's kind of annoying that it's not changing that until I hit save. I guess that's why there's like an autosave, but I wonder if this text needs to be bigger, if anybody needs it to be bigger. I'm guessing I can just do that. I wish it was just this text that was bigger, but whatever. So we know we're setting up a process, so we can just start doing that. I believe a buffer. I don't know what a good size is. Let's look at a console. What we got going on here? Oh, these are like structured messages. Let's see, what do we got? How about system log? So that's a lot. Mirror displays. This isn't telling me what I want. I really have to go to Drive to do this. $64K, that sounds like a good approximation of how much logs we'd want to keep if something crashed. Actually, I wonder what Node does, because they do something similar. So... command. Oh, it's more? What does that want? Oh, I see. Which now means this returns something more error. That's a nice try, Edger. You were wrong. Well, I'm gonna set up the command now. I'm gonna look at let's see, what was I looking at? Maybe this guy. Yeah, there's not really much else to it. So I could just do an exec command. So this was passed in here because I was thinking this would also start the Go routine to run the thing. I guess that's also assuming that we want to start it, though. Maybe not. Maybe we can start it separately. Looking at some of these other implementations. All right, setting up this stuff. Oh, so for Go, I think we set up some a pipe. Not run, I think it's start. And then pass those into the our line reader. In our case, our line writer, but surgery. No, don't care. Standard nil, that is true. Let's they're wrapping their maybe we do want to set the work directory. Let me see here. Process. I also do wrap everything in the shell. Maybe I do too. Now I'm very curious. The root. So it CDs into it. It doesn't set the working directory. That's interesting. Source profile. That's kinda. Nice to have. I might call it something different so it's not confusing us for like, oh, because when I first read this I thought that this was sourcing your user profile, but this is not necessarily run where their user is, so it's just a profile in this directory that it will try to source. Interesting though. Kind of assuming bash. I'm not sure we need to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do this. So, do you need to set up our pipes? I see. I might want to call it start process. Something very similar to this. But I'll take it one bit at a time. I mean, we could panic because this should work. Yeah, and then when we get to this, yeah. You know, I'll panic. It's sort of an assertion. It's like user should never see that unless in the extreme case that for some reason these don't work. Basically, we'll do this. So this is our line writer, and we'll probably call it read lines. That's the long name. Actually, I think I was going to determine name from path. I don't know what this index is. I don't think we care about that. Oh, we didn't have a system output here. Very similar left, right. Okay. E. I don't know. This. I'm just gonna put system for now because I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work out. We don't have a port. Let's see. I mean, really, I'm trying to tell myself I need to start spacing things out more. Let's see, so this is waiting for the work group, or no, we wait for the pipe, and then we wait for this. Yeah. Oh, and this assumes we have a another weight group. We do not yet. We don't have this. Writing output. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll return that error. So basically waiting for these to finish, and then it will put done on there. Oh, we also have close finished, which we can use here, which is where it actually waits. Oh, that's interesting. It's creating two work items, one that waits for the process, the pipe to finish, and then for the process to finish. Okay, no, that makes sense, because then we're creating this one to wait for it to finish, or if it was shut down. And this is mostly to inform the parent wait group, which I'm not sure that's what's supposed to happen in my system. Flag restart, start process. That's interesting. That's interesting. So do I want to do anything yet here? Let's see, I could just start it and then return it, and then I can test that, and then we'll keep going from there. So we don't have read lines on our line writer. Which is kind of their equivalent of line reader. Just picking a color. We don't care about that though. It's interesting. It has a wait. Oh, a wait group's passed in. Right. That's our. Yep. Okay. Most of this. We'll take out colors for now. We're going to tee this into its own buffer. Interesting. this would be the place to do it, so. What? Oh, read lines as a whole thing. What did we define it? It's like wait group, name. Very similar, but different to this. Group name, no index. Got a reader, is there? Yeah. Bytes buffer, reader, read buff. Waiting for a new line. Buffer, and then we have our line writer, right line. Which does not take a. It's just left right is error. Left right is error. What was name? Okay. Okay. That's right. Peak and start. So let's see. I will make a test. Just to start testing process. Let's make sure this runs. Does it run? Oh, man. I should have opened this at, actually, I don't know, where there? Okay, there is VS Code. So I should have opened that because it's got those settings that I want. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't look for a parent directory with workspace settings, so somebody filed that away. Right. Now it should be testing this. Unless it doesn't. Test on save true. I don't know, last time I started this up, it didn't start testing on save until I open it again. That's weird, right? See, now it's testing. That's weird. VS Code. It's weird. Feel free to ask questions. Like, what the hell am I doing? I definitely talk more when people are asking questions. I know that there's people I'm talking to, but cached. Okay. Let me test the error first. Okay. So I'm going to be. I need a line writer. Buffer. Do a line writer. And then start process, I guess. I'll have to modify this because really what we're doing is interesting, and it injects some environment. Okay. Does it need testing? I don't think it needs testing. That's not used in here. I'm not sure when we would take a context either. So we could simplify. No, that's not true. Because we have command context. Actually, let me see what happens when you cancel a command context. Kill the process. Interesting, interesting. How does it do this? So I imagine when it's run, so I should be looking at start. If context is not nil, so we call start, close some oh, this is what we had to do before. Okay. So look path error, there's no error. If it's Windows, do something. There's no, if process is set, it's already running. If context is set, then select, wait until context is done. Oh, I see. Like it finished. Okay, so this is just like, oh, hey, this context is marked as done, so we're already done here. Otherwise, do nothing. Close all the file descriptors. Start the process. For each coroutine, start error channel. Okay, so here's what I was looking for. Wanted to see what it was doing exactly. It's calling process kill. What is this guy doing? It's also calling process kill. Okay, but we also have this other case that we want, so we're probably going to do that ourselves. I don't think we're going to deal with command context. All that to determine that we can just delete all of this. Okay, so far it's cleaned up a little bit. This though is returning a command. Let's see. Maybe I do want to pass in a command into our start process instead of a path. Yeah. Because all we're doing here is this. So like that's easy enough to just do outside of this. So yes, I think yes. And command has path. So that does that. Could even shorten these up now. Is the error that would return? Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so now we can do helper command. And this can actually be anything. So command, helper command, anything. This might change, but this is probably what this did in Go is it did its own little switch on arguments. So for now, it's just going to always output the same thing. And then I guess we make our process, start the process even. I don't know yet if we actually want a separate start and new process, but sorry, start process. This command, this line writer. Not going to complain about that. No, it's going to complain about that. What is it complaining about? Starting from the top. Yeah, okay. Right. And then, what's this? Mutex. That's right. Mutex. I think it's a good idea to put those embedded structs like that, where they're always at the end. It makes sense, right? Oh, and this is a pointer. Damerm, thanks for following. you have moved my follower goal, which is really great. Thank you. If anybody else wants to follow, you can even turn on notifications and get an email when I stream. I'm doing Go more regularly, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I think on Sundays I'm going to start. And then otherwise, Monday through Friday I do game development, C# stuff. So just hit the follow button if you want. Yeah, what is it complaining about? Oh, does it really need an instance of mutex? Do you really? What am I? You sure? I mean, if I just made this like that, I don't think it would complain about the 0 value being set. Maybe it would. Why am I not specifying? Do I not have a T? Can you do that? An unnamed argument? That's interesting. It doesn't like that. Fatal, I think, is what I was looking for. Yeah, these are true facts. Well, I'm just surprised. Let me try this. Bytes, new buffer. Oh, really? What do you want? That's why I was like, I don't need a... Man, it really wants that mutex. Maybe I do need a... Why does it want that? I don't really want to write new line writer. But I might have to. I don't want to waste time, so I guess we'll do it. You know. Here's the line writer. just return line writer output and a can I do this? Oh, it's when you go by name. Ah. Okay. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you, Matthew. Actually, I'm gonna put this back here. Then I don't have to do any of this. Alright, I've changed my code. Okay. And I could even, I mean, I don't, just, you can do it, maybe I will do it. It's weird having those two syntaxes, you know, for those different cases, but okay. So it runs it and it's fine, and then actually I guess we can just see what's going on here. I'm pretty sure it'll print the output when it runs its test, right? Will it show output? Maybe if I turn verbose mode on in the testing, does it let me change what I use for the testing? Matthew, have you used VS Code? Do you use VS Code? Still getting used to it. Oh no, I'm about to find the answer. Test flags. I wanted to. Where's the timeout coming? Oh, it adds that argument itself. Right? How is? I just wanted it to run in verbose mode, so I'm like looking at changing its arguments. So build flags. Okay, so this is defining the format. So it's just an array. Oh, right. V. Right. Okay. And we see output. Wait, what? Why do we see? Okay, output I expected to see. Maybe if I put it up here. Okay, so it's spitting out system. What's doing that? I was like, yeah, system string. So what's doing this? Start's doing it, right? Right line. So what's interesting is this white line. Is this should have caused a new line. And it should have printed out a message of some kind, right? Right, should have said starting. Either that. Oh, system output. Did I? Yeah, it just takes a string. So. That's interesting. It's like this isn't. Why? Why wouldn't that be run? I mean, it feels like it's not running. I don't want to take it out of this context. Wait. Okay. Well, the fprintf worked. Maybe I'll try that with no value. Wait. Oh. Oh, I see. I left that in there. I left that in there when I was making this version of it. So it's probably all getting in there, but it's in a buffer that I'm not outputting. Well, that fixed a bug so far. It's very confusing, but it's fine. Probably don't need this. And if we go back to our test, we should be able to see what's in LineWriter, which no, sorry, our buffer. Okay. Supervisor.test. I guess that's the name of the binary that it made, but okay. So, but we should see foobar baz. No, because we're actually not waiting for this process to finish. So what I will do is wait, and then we should see more of it. So let's see what's going on. There is something is not using a new line. We've got system output. Oh, did I change that to printf? Right, that's right. This could be a test. Maybe this is a test. Let me start doing these other commands now. Pretty sure it just did a switch on args. So what is it doing? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Args. Okay, cool. We can do this. Wait, what? That's an interesting way to implement echo. Oh, because print line's gonna put in space. Interesting. That's right. So now we can say echo. But this needs arguments. Things we write won't take arguments. So echo is kind of a silly thing. Maybe where's my notes? Let me just say foo. And all it does is print foo. Uh-oh. What do I do now? Oh, this isn't working now. I see. Well, I don't really care about this test anymore, so. let's see. Okay, so we can make new mini programs and what are we actually testing here? We want to test that well, we started the process and we got stuff written out with our, this is actually a good test of the of line writer more than anything. Double that padding. And then, you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of color, check this out. Gonna do different formatter. So formatter string and in the case of an error we'll make this a pointer, otherwise we'll just do what we were doing before, which is a pipe. Okay, so all this can be cleaned up. Yeah, see, we don't need no colors. Right, so now we can differentiate between standard error and now. So maybe that's a useful thing if we were to name this like standard out. This will print standard out, or standard error, which will print to standard error, standard error. You can see that's working. Power line. Is that one of those crazy, the graphical, the fancy command line setup everybody has? Power line. Is there a library for doing power line stuff in Go? There's a couple of things here. I don't think I want it writing that system thing. So if I want to do that, I'll have to do that outside before. Unknown command foo. So I can do lines, buff, strings, split. What is it? Split. Why am I not getting autocomplete? It's really frustrating if you get used to autocomplete and it doesn't happen. Buff, string, split on new line. Oh, right, it does a patched font. Nah. And the first line should be let's see. Pipe. Pipe space, really. So then we can just do if, what am I writing? C#. If line is not equal to standard out, then fatal. Standard out was not standard out. I guess I should just do expected standard out. God. Oh man. Line. What? Oh, right. I almost need a little parser here. To let me process the output of this. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing too crazy. But it is, let's see, what is this? Let's see. Strings. Can strings have methods? So we'll have a line, be a struct, it'll have a header, and then it'll have the message or whatever, right? And then it's either, and then it's error, I guess, can just be a Boolean, right? New line, takes a line. Give me a line. I guess though, so here's where we check to see if we're getting our arrow or the pipe. Also, this we can do split and give me 2. In the case of split n where you don't have What? I'm not using Go enough on this computer. No, I'm looking for strings. I don't have that. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, I'm confused. Ignore this. Just give me this. Does that... Okay, no, and what I want is like an actual character. Right, so it gives me 1 element if it's not in there. So... this is kind of inefficient, but I'm just gonna do this twice. The common case is stand out if outline is greater than 1. Return a line that's header is outline 0, message is outline 1, error is false. True. Otherwise, just spit out the line again. No header, just a message. It's probably not an error. I'll just do this. And if I do other tests, I can basically just actually I can parse this. Might as well work with a buffer. No. Never mind. Okay, what? Oh, yep. Well, let's... So, doing these tests becomes a lot easier. I can say lines equals parse lines. Here's the buffer. And then I can say line 0 message equals that. Oh, it wants a... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's fine. Oh, what now? So in theory we could do the same for standard error. Run the standard error thing. Yeah, I really want this to be whatever. I'll just keep going with that. And what is that conventional output that people use when doing? I'll just Google it. And go table driven test. Just got want out. Got want. All right, whatever. So. Okay. I need to do something like that. Q. What's Q? Quoted value? And it seems... What do we want? We want a standard error. Alright, here, same thing. I can just do that everywhere. Ugh. Cute. Oh. Well. Oh, is it being... Yeah, what is our... I just gotta do value in. Shit. Yeah, you want standard error. Was it not? Let's see, what did I not do here? This should... That should have, I see, I see. Yeah, it feels gross because we haven't figured out how we're gonna be testing this thing in a good way with tables, but just making sure everything's working here. So what about error if we run a thing and it crashes? Or we'll call it an exit, which we can run. Oh, we talked about that. Maybe exit. Exit non-zero. One's a good number, yeah? Now what happens? Yeah, we got nothing. Is there anything in our lines? Oh, we can also do this. We can add a make line a stringer. Huh? I mean, basically, oh shit. So we do line header. And then do we have, we don't have ternary operators in Go, do we? No. Huh. Oh, what? Duh. What? Message. That's what I meant. The space is in the formatter. So now we're back to this where I can print. Now I should be able to print lines. Give me an empty line. Actually, that's a good point. I should probably what am I at? C#? So what I was hoping for was we would get this, right? I guess it wouldn't because it's more of a fail to start. Why would something not start? I don't know, but I guess we would. We could just return that. Yeah. And then log outside. So. We're not gonna be able to do anything that fails to start. Well, that's not true. Because anything we run is gonna, this program will run and say unknown output. We have to skip the helper command and make it run something that doesn't exist. We'll come back to this. There's no slash foobar. This should. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So we're testing this here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if we pass in like a finish signal. So what was, okay, so this is basically used for listening for it to finish. Let's see, what was the point of this one then? Oh no, this one is what's triggering it. I see. So this one sets this up. Okay. Is it really necessary for this to be added as a wait to the wait group? I guess it's good practice. Like, never let a go routine go unbounded or something. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take in a channel and then I'll close it after start. So after start here, we don't care about this. We need to take a finished channel of a struct. Channel of a bool is equal to because it doesn't matter. Although I can see how people might get confused. Something like finished and there's a Boolean value might imply that there's a Boolean value. So we'll go with an empty struct. So it'll close finished after pipe wait and command wait. Yeah. You can even make this optional. Okay. Okay, we're back here again. And we will create our finished is make channel of struct. Right? Nope. Declared not used. Okay, finished. Oh, I should not be doing this here. This one. Okay. So trying to figure out. Okay, so then. Okay, they don't even care what the exit is, so maybe we don't either. We just want to know. And there, it could just. Oh, I see. Converting the weight to a channel is useful because we're going to be listening for two different things. So that's fine. And then because of that, we also get the pipe weight. But so we could test. See, if we were to test this finished thing, how would we do that? I guess that we get the signal. If we don't, it times out. So we can just do this. Cool. So that's the basics of our little system here. It's starting this process. Matthew, if you're still there, if you have code that does this, we could try and combine this. As long as I get what I need from it, because this is of course for some other bigger project. Cool. So let's see what else. Let's look back at what it's supposed to do. Line writer works pretty well. I don't think we need to test that. We're testing it kind of implicitly. Maybe we'll write tests for it later. Yeah, we won't bother with those. Okay, and restart. So how are we going to handle restarts? So this implies that the logic for this oh yeah. Yeah, it implies that it is going to just propose MIT or BSD, and then they'll probably say yes. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, it almost doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out which piece of code should manage restarting. Also we need to get this logs filled out. Let's see if it crashes. Yeah. Apache 2 makes lawyers more comfortable. Maybe I shouldn't worry about this until I get the other code to work. This is where it's like, well, you can't always do tests first, because sometimes you do have to like write other code, see what the interface for that code is, and that's going to impact what test you're going to write. So, I guess I will start the new bit, which is the supervisor bit. Yeah, Fubins. I'm playing this cool music. So it's worth it, right? I'm gonna be wrapping up soon in 15 minutes. Got a good chunk done today. Sunday, I'm going to... Am I working on this? I'm working on something else. I was gonna make an event for it and put it on Twitter, so if you wanna hang out on a Sunday and write some Go code, watch my Twitter, I guess, or hit follow and turn on notifications. So let's see here. Basically, yeah, our sidecars and that. Do we? Okay, that's the path. So I think this is fine. And our supervisor will just always take an output writer. Take a line writer. Or no, we would take an IO writer. Yeah, an IO writer, and then we would make our line writer from that. Sidecars we want to make. And output we would set up, we name output to output. Cool. So now we'll make a new test. What happens when you just run an individual test? Oh. Test supervisor. We'll figure it out. No, run this test. Oh, that's neat. What does this do? Cannot find delve. Interesting. Alright. So I can run individual tests here, that's nice. If they're running on save all the time, it's not that big of a deal though. Actually now annoyed with these lines. Okay. A new supervisor. Tomorrow? Probably 3 Central. I'm actually, next week I'll have my schedule done, so the offline image will just have my schedule for the week. Since it can change, so what am I testing here? I guess we can do some interfaces. See ya, Fubi. Okay, so let's implement some methods on this thing. So this starts or restarts a process, so I'll add it if it doesn't exist. Let's see. If it exists, if it doesn't exist. Okay. Okay. Let's see. It was okay. So P okay as sidecars. So this method will cause the a restart or start it up if it's not running, and then if it crashes, it's going to try and restart several times. I'm not sure the exact policy, but the main idea is like, oh, it crashed. And write them to a file, and then try to restart it again. Yeah. Because then this is being driven by something that's watching the file system, so it's like, oh, it crashed. Let me edit the file or recompile it, and then it will reload it again. So, you look this up. If okay. So I don't actually know yet how we would. I guess we could grab the command object on it and call kill or something. I guess it's process kill. See, what do we want to happen? If we were to tell it to reload, do we want to... I don't think we want it to force it to reload. Oh, actually, my bandwidth just dropped a bit. It looks like it's coming back. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's almost there. Okay. Should be back to normal now. So now and we might not even. Okay, yeah, the host program though, you would want to force it to go down. Let's see. Start process. Let's see, the only reason I thought we would keep restarts is because of a restart count. Yeah. I think it would be similar. But, okay, so I tell it to reload. And I guess if it's running, we can just kill it. And it'll start up again. And then how does this interact with our... So do we want this to start the process, and you could call start process multiple times for a process? Maybe this is simpler than I thought. Let me think about the crash case. In the crash case, we do need to look at the exit code, so that would happen here. But that also means we always have to wait for it. So that's more only defer if finish is set. Let's see. I don't think I've done a conditional deferred, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. Right, and it would have its own buffer because it would write that out. Let's see. And its own logs, we don't care if standard out and standard error shit on each other, because Or do we? I mean, if it's a multi-threaded it's more likely that multiple processes will shit on each other's stuff than a single process is standard out and standard error. So we could actually just do a T reader. Into our buffer. Yep, stay there to our buffer. P declared not used. Is that true? Oh, it is true. I was in the middle of this. Okay. So what else? What did I change here? Okay, so we have this buffer. I don't think we even need name. Might not even need the process struct like I thought after all. So if it's there, then we can kill it. We would kill it like command process kill. And maybe kill and then can we call wait again? You can call wait multiple times, right? Let's see, what did they do? They don't even wait. They're just like, oh, we killed it. Well, because they don't need to start up again. Because they're waiting, because they already wait and that's how they get finished and that's when they start up again. So in my case, okay, if I'm restarting them, okay, there's no restart code here. Don't even need name. Pretty soon we'll probably be able to get rid of process because it just all have it in a closure. So at this point there is no restarting, so because if there was restarting, we could say, oh, reloading is going to kill it and then something will restart it. But it makes more sense that you would actually expect reload to actually start it, because you might even want this to return an error. So let's see if it exists. Basically saying we want to kill it. Wait for it to finish. make a new one again. Start process. Do we have? So we need all this stuff, right? So we could grab the existing processes. Command. Let's see. I remember I didn't want to do that. So last time I did this, I just. Where is it? Create a new one with the same values, which is probably what I want to do. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Come on. Why is the S in args? Okay, there we go. P command. And then we've got our line writer. And then our finish, which we haven't figured out how we're managing those. How we're using them yet. Oh, it's past 7. Well, pretty good progress. I mean, we didn't get to the meat of this yet, but we've got some code in there that's tested. So we're sort of writing tests as we go, which is pretty smart. And kind of evolving this as we go. I guess it might be interesting to some people how simple this is. It takes a lot of time to write something good, simple. It's really easy to just write code. So, Necrogami, what's up? It's a lot harder to write as little code as possible. But that's what we're doing here. So that's why it's taking a while, right? The system doesn't have many methods or parts in how it works, but iterative, slow and iterative. All right, I'll be potentially working on this. I guess I'll comment these out. Potentially be working on this Sunday, but if not, I'll be working on it next Tuesday. Same time, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 Central. Yep, so that's it. I encourage you to follow me on here. And when you do, there's a little notifications button, which is really convenient. So you can see when I'm about to stream, whatever it is, if it's Go or something else. But and then soon I'll have my schedule up. Perfect music for the end of the day. All right, see you all whenever, next week, this weekend. Bye.